Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we got a new project. We have a 1973 Chevy Nova. Used to be my wife's car in high school, and after 20 years of sitting, we've got it back in our possession, and we're going to start working on it and getting it back for drag racing. She used to drag race it while she was in high school when she drove it back then, and in 1999 she blew the engine up, and it's pretty well set ever since. We've had a little bit of help with getting an engine and transmission. Don't know what kind of shape the engine's in. The transmission though has been rebuilt, so we're going to try to go through this and just fix everything that we find that's messed up, try to get it safe to get back on the track, and just follow along. All right, there she is. As you can see, pretty rough. That's what a vehicle that's 40 years old or 45 years old that has sat for over 20 years or close to it looks like. As you can see, there was some sponsorship she had back in the day, and but we got to get all those off because we don't have the permission to use that now. So we're probably just going to clean it up, put some more primer on it, just cover up all the names and stuff. One of the oddball things about this car is it's a 1973. As you can see on the side, it is a true SS. I think it originally come with a 350, and if I'm not mistaken, I think she said it had a 3-speed manual. But here's the oddball part: it's also a hatchback. No regular trunk on this one. It's kind of an oddball. So what we're going to attempt to do first, start pulling the front end off of it, the fenders, the hood, and I'm going to try to get the engine and transmission out of it that's in it right now, set them to the side, rebuild the whole front subframe if it's not twisted and bent or something. Pretty much everything. I'm going to replace the bushings and try to repair or replace the steering, put new brakes on it, that kind of stuff. We're going to go there first. We'll work our way back to the back suspension. We don't even know what rear end's under this car now. I have to pull it out and see, or jack it up and look at it. And but we're going to have the whole rear subframe out from underneath the car. Probably put new leaf springs, bushings, hangers, U-bolts, all new shocks on both ends. Get it where that it will go down the track straight, and then once we get that done, then we'll start moving on to getting the engine going, and then probably after we get the engine running and get the transmission and shifting and everything all taken care of, we got to work on the interior a little bit. As you can see, there's no seat. There's a bunch of junk in here, no front seat. There is a back seat, believe it or not, but we have to put in a seat, and I might try to go ahead and put a roll bar in it just so we can be safe. I don't know how fast this car will be going at any point yet. I know at first it's just going to be slow because the engine is an old, let me pull this up here. It looks to me like, I don't know if it's a 305 or a 350, but it's some 70s or 80s model smog engine. And if you know anything about them, they ain't got hardly any power. So to start with, we'll go pretty much as is, unless that carburetor is completely trash, and then from there we'll start doing upgrades to it, like the intake manifold, a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, or fuel injection if the budget allows, headers, because we still got stock exhaust manifolds. Eventually we'll get rid of the fan, the engine driven fan, and get a nice aluminum radiator with probably dual electric fans if possible. Maybe thinking about replacing the steering with a rack and pinion if I can get a hold of one. As you can see, there's no brake master cylinder. This thing has 4-wheel drum brakes. That ain't gonna cut it on drag strip, not nowadays. It might have 20 plus years ago, but it ain't gonna cut it nowadays. So what we're gonna do first is try to get this front clip removed so we can get to that, get the engine and transmission out and get to the front subframe, go through it. So if you don't mind, follow along and see what kind of adventure we end up with here. Right, so after an hour, this is what we got. I got the driver's side fender off, and I got the inner fender loose. I'm going to leave it in place though, just leave it laying there. But I've got the driver's side fender off. I really did not expect this to come apart this easy, but this car has been in the desert its entire life, so there's something to be said for that. Yeah, it's covered in dirt and dust and everything, but where I'm from in Illinois, a car sits for 20 years, that, you know, it's close to 45 years old or whatever. It sits like this, you ain't getting the bolts out this quick. You're going to break more off than you're actually going to get loose. In this case, I had one that broke, and I had one clip that broke on the other side as I was starting on it. But it's starting to get dark and get late. It's already 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna come back and come back tomorrow and start on the other side. Hello, we're back with the car. It's been a couple of days. We had to take yesterday off, but we're getting back on it today, and we're going to try to get the other fender off and try to get this front end loose, ready to take the subframe out of it. Before that, we still got to get the motor out, but we're working on it. So here we are. This passenger side fender, it's still on, but we're going to try to get it off today and just keep moving on. Hopefully we'll get this done here shortly. All right, there you have it. That's the other side off. Again, 35 minutes. Now I'm going to try to get the radiator support loose. That might take a bit, because I don't think it's ever been off, where I'm sure at least one of those fenders had been off before. So I got this stuff soaking in penetrating oil, hoping that I can get it off tonight. If not, I'll have to come back another day. Let's see what we can do. All right, believe it or not, I got the radiator support off fairly quickly, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And now I got the whole front clip off. So next thing we'll have to do, try to get the engine out. Excuse me. And engine and transmission both out, and then jack the whole thing up, try to get the subframe loose from the body, and then we'll go from there. Try to get that subframe rebuilt, put back in place. All right, that's all for this episode. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. If you like what we're doing, let me know. Anything else that you see that I messed up or whatever, just put it in the comments, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.